Joins in. Good morning. Let's start with the tutorial questions, the ones which are for the current week, and everybody should please submit it by Wednesday. So I'm discussing the answers, and I hope after this 2PC should be clear to everybody. Right. So the first question was with respect to the two-phase commit protocol. So what is the state of, and what are the actions taken by a participant if the coordinator crashes after receiving vote commit from the participant. Okay, so if the coordinator crashes after receiving vote commit, that means the participant has given out vote commit. So all the participants are in the ready state. So if they have given vote commit, that means they're in the ready state. So all the actions which are with respect to the ready state, they will be taken. So we have already discussed those actions, and they will try to contact other participants. And based on what the other participants are, what is the state of the other participants, based on that, it will take the action. Okay. Then in the second part, what is the state of and what are the actions taken by the coordinator if one participant crashes? Okay, so if the participant crashes after sending vote commit, at least the coordinator knows that it has said yes to the commit operation. So if it has said yes to the commit operation, that means it is safe to give out the global commit message to all the participants. So in this case, there is no problem. So 2PC normally will block when the coordinator fails, okay, or the coordinator crashes. The third part of it is, what are the actions taken by the coordinator if one participant crashes before sending vote commit? Okay, so before sending vote commit, if it has crashed, that means its decision is not known to the other, to the coordinator or any other participant. So if its decision is not known, in that case, after a timeout, the coordinator will abort the transaction because it does not know if it is going to abort or if it is going to, what do you say, commit. Right? So we have to remember that in most cases, the transaction will fail or will not commit when the coordinator crashes in case of a failure of the coordinator. Okay. So now if you have still any doubts, please message me on the WhatsApp group because we'll not be able to spend more time on two-phase protocol after this. It's a simple protocol. You just have to understand what is the flow of the messages from the participants to the coordinator and vice versa. So I think everybody has participants. Okay, we'll wait for 2 more minutes and then I'll lock the meeting. So I hope there are no more doubts with respect to Zoom because I was trying WebEx, but I'm not able to find out all the features of WebEx. So that is why I'm continuing on Zoom. So I've seen all the advisories which were given by the government, and I hope now it will be safe to use. Okay. So coming to our the three-phase protocol. So I already gave you a, just a second. Yeah, I gave you a introduction to the three-phase commit. So we'll assume that every site is using a write-ahead log protocol. So write-ahead log protocol means before doing any action, the action is logged onto stable storage. So as in 2PC, here also this write-ahead log protocol is used so that if there is a failure, the recovery process can read this log and come to know what was the status of the transaction before it crashed. Please keep your mics on the mute mode. If there is a question, then please ask. So we have seen this state transition diagram for the participant and for the coordinator. So this one is for the coordinator, this one is for the participant. And what was the difference from the two-phase protocol? That there is now a new stage, which is a pre-commit state. So actually this pre-commit state is acting like a buffer so that that blocking part of the blocking part of the two-phase commit protocol is removed. So it is doing an extra step to confirm whether every participant has given a ready commit to the coordinator. Okay, so I hope I don't need to repeat the protocol. So the participant is in the init state. After it gives out a vote, it goes into the ready state. So if it is a failure, then it directly goes to the abort state. Otherwise, it will wait for a prepare commit message from the coordinator. And prepare commit message will be received only if all of the participants have given a vote commit. Only then it will get this prepare commit message. So prepare commit message is an extra message that is different from the two-phase protocol. Then it will write a pre-commit log and then give out a ready commit message. So whatever is up, on the upper side of this line is the message it is receiving, and on the lower side is the message that it is giving to the coordinator. Okay, so after writing a pre-commit, so write ahead means first it will write in the log that it is ready to pre-commit, and then give out a message to the coordinator that it is ready to commit. So if the coordinator receives a ready to commit message from all the participants, then it gives out a global commit message, which says now that the transaction can be committed. Okay, so this is the three-phase protocol. So if we see what are the failures and what will be the actions which which will be taken. So for example, a participant may be waiting in the init state for a vote request, and similarly coordinator may be blocked in the wait state for the votes of participants. So try to understand that these are the states where actually the protocol has not proceeded any further, so it is always safe to abort. Okay, so why abort is safe? Because if you are sure that no participant has committed and then you decide for an abort, then there will be no inconsistency. And because this is a commit protocol, so our priority is that there should not be any what would you say, there should not be any inconsistency in the system. Okay, so better abort than going to a inconsistent state. Okay, so in both these cases where they are in actually some kind of initial state, coordinator in the wait state or the participant in the init state, the solution is simply that wait for a particular time, and then if you do not receive that particular message, then you can go for an abort of the transaction. Okay, so waiting is the only option that is here, and if you don't get the message, then you assume, the participant will assume that the coordinator has crashed, and the coordinator will assume that the uh, participant has crashed. Okay. Now the second is, what happens if the coordinator is blocked in pre-commit? Okay, so when is the coordinator in a pre-commit state? So coordinator is in a pre-commit state when it has received a yes vote from all the participants. You know? First time it receives a yes vote, only then it goes to the pre-commit state. So if it is blocked, that means what is it waiting for? It is waiting for the ready to commit, the second message from the participant. Okay, so if it is blocked in this pre-commit state, then at least it knows that all the participants had said a yes. Okay, so maybe there is some kind of message delay or some kind of failure at one of the participant, but that participant had finished its job. That is why it had said yes to the commit operation. So if the coordinator is blocked in the pre-commit state, then it can conclude that the participant is crashed, but that participant is known to have voted for commit. Okay, so the coordinator can send out a global commit message to all the participants. Okay, so what is it now assuming? It is assuming that this participant has crashed, so it will recover, and once it recovers, it will find out from its log that it had said a yes, so it will also then move to the commit state. Okay, so the participant is relying, or so the coordinator is relying on a recovery protocol for the crash participant to eventually commit its part of the transaction when it comes up. Okay, so now I'll just wait for your questions. If there is any, you can ask your question. Okay, so if there is, yeah, everybody who is in the meeting, please type in your name in the chat box. I'll use this for your attendance in this particular class. And if there is a question, then also you can either type in or ask, unmute yourself and ask. Okay, so I hope this is clear now. So the next one is, if the participant is blocked in the pre-commit state. Okay, so what is the meaning of pre-commit state? Pre-commit state means that the participant has received information from the coordinator that it can commit. Okay, that everybody has said a yes to commit, only then it gets this pre-commit state. So a participant can contact other participants, and then with a majority they can collectively decide to commit. Okay, so because from the pre-commit state you can only move to the commit state, so they can collectively decide to commit. But if the participant is blocked in the ready state, so if you recall, this was the condition where when we were in a two-phase protocol, when every participant was in the ready state, they try to contact others, and the others are also in the ready state. Then they do not know what is the status of the transaction, so they block. Okay, but in this case, you'll see that there is no blocking. Why is there no blocking? So if all the participant, so if a participant is in a ready state, it will contact the other participant. If it finds any one of them in abort, then the transaction is obviously aborted. If any one of them is in pre-commit state, so pre-commit means that particular participant has received the pre-commit message from the coordinator. I am still in the ready state, but that means I can move to the pre-commit state, because whatever is the decision for this participant is the decision for this particular participant also. So if it finds that, okay, P is in pre-commit, then Q itself can also move to the pre-commit state. But then the same situation, if all are in ready state. Now, if all are in ready state, so what we have to understand is that if whichever participant I am trying to contact is in the ready state, then in this particular protocol, it is very safe to abort the transaction. Why is it safe to abort the transaction? Because if you abort in the first case, two-phase protocol, what could have happened? That you abort, maybe some other one has already moved to the commit state. But if in this three-phase protocol, if you are in the ready state and you abort, any other participant can at maximum be in the pre-commit state. No other participant can have committed while any one participant is in the ready state. Okay, so I'll go back to the transition diagram and then we'll try to understand that what is happening here. Okay, so now see here, you are in the ready state. You find out everybody is in the ready state. Okay, the majority of the participants are in the ready state. but you are still blocked because you are not getting the next message from the coordinator. So either the coordinator has crashed or some participant has crashed. So everybody is in the ready state. Now what is the action? That you can move to the abort state. Why? Because we have to understand that if some participants are in the ready state, then at maximum any other participant could have reached just the next state, which is the pre-commit state. No other participant could have reached this commit state. Why? बिकॉज कमिट तभी पहुंचेगा ना जब सब रेडी टू कमिट ये वाला मैसेज दे देंगे, तभी सब पहले प्री कमिट में जाएंगे और उसके बाद ही कमिट में जा सकते हैं. तो अगर कोई भी रेडी में है तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा वो अबॉर्ट में होगा, दूसरा रेडी में होगा. वर्स्ट केसेस कि वो प्री कमिट में होगा. So we don't want any other participant in the pre-commit also, but at least it is not in the committed state. तो अगर उसने कमिट नहीं किया है तो जब वो दोबारा से रिकवर करेगा और देखेगा कि बाकी ट्रांजैक्शन के पार्टिसिपेंट अबॉर्ट कर चुके हैं तो उसको भी फोर्सफुली अबॉर्ट करा देंगे. ठीक है. तो इस केस में जब रेडी में सब होते हैं तो डज नॉट ब्लॉक, इट मूव्स टू द अबॉर्ट स्टेट. अगर सब प्री कमिट में होते हैं तो सब कमिट में चले जाते हैं. अगर इनिट में होते हैं तो अबॉर्ट चले जाते हैं. तो इनिट और रेडी में अगर सब ब्लॉक हो रहे हैं तो अबॉर्ट में जाते हैं. प्री कमिट में होते हैं तो कमिट में चले जाते हैं. ठीक है. एंड इफ यू आर इन रेडी एंड यू सी दैट देयर इज सम पार्टिसिपेंट हु इज इन प्री कमिट, देन यू मूव टू द प्री कमिट स्टेट. बिकॉज अगर आप रेडी में हो, कोई और प्री कमिट में है, इसका मतलब उसको कौन सा मैसेज मिल चुका है? प्रिपेयर कमिट मिल चुका है. जो आपको नहीं मिला तो आप भी मूव कर सकते हो प्री कमिट मैसेज में. ओके. So if there is any doubt till this point, then please ask.
According to state diagram, pre-commit से तो हम सिर्फ commit में ही जा सकते हैं, तो abort कैसे कर सकते हैं?
हाँ, abort कैसे कर सकते हैं हम. ठीक है. तो हमारा जो नॉर्मल फ्लो है, जब हम assume करें कि फेलियर्स नहीं हो रहे हैं, ये स्टेट ट्रांजिशन डायग्राम उसको रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. और जो हम ये 3 फेज प्रोटोकॉल अगर हम देखेंगे तो इसके स्टार्ट में ऐसा अज्यूम किया हुआ है कि एट मोस्ट वन पार्टिसिपेंट कैन क्रैश एट द सेम टाइम. तो एक्चुअली ये वाली जो कंडीशन है ना कि हम रेडी में थे और हमने अबॉर्ट कर दिया और कोई प्री कमिट में आ जाएगा, ऐसा होता नहीं है. बट अगर साइमल्टेनियस फेलियर हो जाते हैं, उस केस में आपको फोर्सफुली प्री कमिट से हमारे पास एक ट्रांजिशन यहाँ पर अबॉर्ट की बनानी पड़ेगी. बट वो इस ट्रांजिशन डायग्राम में नहीं है क्योंकि वो नॉर्मल बिहेवियर नहीं है. बिकॉज नॉर्मल बिहेवियर में अगर हम अज्यूम करेंगे कि एटमोस्ट वन फेलियर है तो या तो कोऑर्डिनेटर ने क्रैश किया हुआ है, तब उसके केस में प्री कमिट का मैसेज किसी को भी नहीं मिला हुआ, और या फिर एक पार्टिसिपेंट ने किया हुआ है क्रैश तो फिर कोऑर्डिनेटर से मिल जाएगा. तो उस केस में ये वाली ट्रांजिशन जो मैं ये फोर्सफुली वाली बता रही हूँ ये होगी नहीं. ये फोर्सफुल वाली ट्रांजिशन तब होगी अगर हम कुछ मोर देन वन फेलियर्स अज्यूम करें. एंड बिकॉज इट इज नॉट द नॉर्मल, दैट इज व्हाई इट इज नॉट शोन इन दिस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजिशन डायग्राम. तो ट्रांजिशन डायग्राम इज बेस्ड ऑन कि अगर हम प्री कमिट में पहुंच गए तो वी शुड ऑलवेज विल ऑलवेज मूव टू द कमिट. ओके. सो यू आर राइट कि अगर हम प्री कमिट में है तो हमें कमिट में ही जाना चाहिए. ठीक. तो वो वाली स्टेट जो ये बोल रही हूँ मैं कि प्री कमिट से अबॉर्ट में, ये होनी नहीं चाहिए, होती भी नहीं है. बट इफ आई assume मोर देन वन फेलियर तो मे बी द रिकवरी प्रोसेस will forcefully move it to the abort state, not the normal operation. Okay, so now coming to the 3-phase commit protocol questions here again. So if I see what is the state of and what are the actions taken by a participant if the coordinator crashes after receiving ready to commit from the participant. So इस question को answer करने के लिए first we have to see कि अगर coordinator को मिल गया है कौन सा message ready to commit, तो पार्टिसिपेंट कौन सी स्टेट में है जब उसने रेडी टू कमिट मैसेज दे दिया है ना. तो पहले ये फाइंड करेंगे कि पार्टिसिपेंट की कौन सी स्टेट है जब वो रेडी टू कमिट मैसेज दे चुका है. उसके बाद फिर डिसाइड करेंगे कि कोऑर्डिनेटर क्रैश हुआ तो पार्टिसिपेंट को क्या करना है। तो एक पार्ट हम इसका ट्रांजिशन डायग्राम से करते हैं, उसके बाद फिर हम खुद से देखते हैं इसको कि कैसे होगा। सो रेडी टू कमिट मैसेज देने के बाद, okay, so what is the state of the participant? The participant has moved to the pre-commit state. So if the participant has moved to the pre-commit state, then coordinator has crashed. This is the situation we are discussing. Okay, so participant has given ready to commit. When has the participant given the ready to commit? When it has received prepare commit message from the coordinator. And when it has received prepare commit message from the coordinator, when the coordinator had received the vote commit from all the participants. ठीक है, तो इसकी थोड़ा सा सीक्वेंस वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये मैसेज तब वो देगा जब उसको प्रिपेयर कमिट मिलेगा, और कोऑर्डिनेटर प्रिपेयर कमिट कब देगा? जब उसको सबकी वोट यस मिल चुकी होगी। तो कौन सी स्टेट में है पार्टिसिपेंट? पार्टिसिपेंट इज इन द प्री कमिट स्टेट. So if it is in the pre-commit state and only the coordinator has crashed, then what is done is that the participant will try to contact other participants in the transaction, and then they can collectively see if there is a majority, then it will move to the commit state. So if you recall, last class I had told you that, okay, this three-phase commit protocol is removing the blocking, but there is a problem with three-phase commit, that there are a lot of messages that are being used in reaching to any kind of consensus here. So in this case also, pre-commit to commit, so it will try to contact the other participants, then they will try to form a majority, and then they will move to the commit state. So that is why this three-phase commit protocol is only a theoretical protocol, not a practical protocol, because you don't have this much message overhead is not all right for a practical protocol. Okay, so what is the answer? That if they are in the that the participant will be in a pre-commit state, and then they will all try to contact each other and move to the commit state. So once the coordinator recovers, it will see that the participants have moved to the commit state, so it will write the commit log on its own. Okay. The other part of the question was with respect to the coordinator. So what is the state of actions taken by the coordinator if one participant crashes after sending ready to commit? So this is easy to understand, that participant has crashed after sending ready to commit. So, but its decision is already known to the coordinator. So the coordinator will actually has received all the messages that it wanted from the participants. So it will give out a global commit message to each participant. Now this participant has crashed, so the final commit will be done only after this participant recovers, and then it will have to do the final commit and send the acknowledgement to the coordinator. Okay, but there is no blocking because its message has already received the coordinator, right? Then what are the actions taken by the coordinator if one participant crashes before sending vote commit to the coordinator? So this vote commit has not, so vote commit कौन सा वाला था? Vote commit जो first phase वाला था, okay? जब वो vote कर रहा है कि मुझे commit करना है. So it is actually maybe has done, maybe has not done its task, but it crashes before sending vote commit. So what will be the state of the participant if it has crashed before sending vote commit? So it has not even sent out a vote. So what is the state of the participant? The participant is huh? It is not even in the ready state, okay? It has not sent the vote commit also. So it is actually in the init state only. So what is the state of the coordinator if we see? So the coordinator is in the wait state, right? So coordinator is waiting for the votes of each of the participants. So if it does not receive the vote commit, so it can assume that the participant has crashed. So maybe it crashed before doing its task, maybe it crashed after doing its task. So there will only be one decision, and that decision will be to abort the transaction. Okay, so in this case, the decision will be uh, to abort the transaction. So if I see the overall working of both the protocols, the only thing that we have to take care of is the safety of the protocol. Safety of the protocol means that the system does not reach any inconsistent state. And inconsistency in terms of transaction means that the participants of the transaction are in different states. Okay, so maybe some have aborted, some have committed. So a distributed transaction can only reach one particular decision. Okay, it cannot be that some participants crash and some participants uh, commit the transaction. Okay, so the next question is, the three-phase commit protocol adds this to the two-phase commit protocol. It communicates the result of the can you commit vote to every replica or what every participant. Okay, so understand this as a participant. So actually two phase में क्या हो रहा है कि वो सबसे पूछता है कैन यू कमिट और फिर अपना डिसीजन बेस्ड ऑन वोट्स फाइनल दे देता है. लेकिन थ्री फेज में क्या हो रहा है जो उसको सबका डिसीजन मिला वो जो प्रिपेयर टू कमिट वाला फेज है उसमें वो क्या कर रहा है एक्चुअली बाकियों को इन्फॉर्म भी कर रहा है कि मुझे क्या रिजल्ट मिला था. तो इस तरह से इसको एक्सप्रेस किया हुआ है कि सबको इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाए कि बाकी पार्टिसिपेंट्स की क्या स्टेट है, इसीलिए वो ब्लॉक नहीं करेंगे. Okay, so the last question for today. Let's see if you answer now. In three-phase commit protocol, is committing a transaction based on majority voting? Is there some kind of majority voting which is taking place? Okay, so you have to say yes or no. It is not a statement, it is a question. In three-phase commit protocol, is committing a transaction based on majority voting? So is it a majority protocol, majority based protocol?
No.
Everybody, is it a majority protocol? What is the majority protocol? Majority protocol will be when the final decision is based on what majority of participants are saying. But any commit protocol takes into account all the participants, okay, not majority. So even if maybe we have 30 participants, or इतने होते नहीं है, 2 to 3 or 4 होंगे. So even if I have 30 participants and one of the participants is saying I cannot commit, then the decision will be to abort the transaction. Okay, so it is not a majority voting protocol. It is a protocol which is taking into account the decision of each and every participant. Okay, so the point to note is that a recovering process that could not, so even if there is a process which failed in between, okay, that could not take a part in the final decision as taken by the processes, will also recover to a state that is consistent with the final choice made by the others. ठीक है, तो अगर सब ने देखा कि हम सब प्री कमिट में है और सबने कलेक्टिवली कमिट कर दिया, तो जो एक बीच में शायद कोऑर्डिनेटर नहीं था या कोई एक पार्टिसिपेंट नहीं था, जब वो रिकवर होगा तो उसकी रिकवरी के बाद उसको भी बाकियों की जो चॉइस थी उसी के साथ कंसिस्टेंट ही स्टेट में आएगा. तो द प्रोटोकॉल इज इंश्योरिंग दिस दैट इफ one of the processes, one of the participants was not a part of the final decision. Okay, जब सबने suppose 3 participants थे और एक नहीं मिल रहा तो उन्होंने डिसाइड कर लिया कि हमने कमिट करना है, तो जो एक नहीं था जब वो रिकवर किया तो इट इज इंश्योर्ड कि वो रिकवर होगा तो उसी स्टेट में पहुंचेगा फाइनली जिसमें बाकी सब पहुंचे थे जब वो फेल्ड वाली स्टेट में था। तो अगर बाकी सब वहां पर थे किस स्टेट में, कमिट स्टेट में, तो ये भी ऐसी स्टेट में जरूर होगा कि ये कमिट कर सकता हो। ठीक है, अगर बाकियों ने अबॉर्ट कर दिया तो जब ये रिकवर होगा इसको भी अबॉर्ट ही करवा देगी जो रिकवरी प्रोसेस है। तो ये मेजॉरिटी नहीं है, दिस इज एक्चुअली अ कंप्लीट कंसेंसस। सो कंसेंसस मीन्स एवरीबडी इज एग्रीइंग ऑन द डिसीजन, जिसको यूनानिमस बोलते हैं, तो सबको कंसिडर करते हैं। सो दिस इज नॉट मेजॉरिटी। सो ओनली डिफरेंस बिटवीन 2 and 3 इज that they are buffering the decision, communicating to everybody so that blocking नहीं करनी पड़े, जो कि 2-phase प्रोटोकॉल में blocking हो रही थी। ठीक है, सो अब आई थिंक यू शुड बी एबल टू आंसर। अब तो अपने डिस्कस ही कर लिए सारे क्वेश्चन जो ट्यूटोरियल के थे। प्लीज मेक इट अ पॉइंट कि आप अपने पेपर पे आंसर लिख के शॉर्ट में लिखो, मुझे लंबे आंसर नहीं चाहिए, पर शॉर्ट में लिख के 1 पेज की चाहे पिक्चर लो या पीडीएफ लो, कुछ भी मुझे अपलोड कर दो, because once I give you attendance I'll have to show that you have participated in this. Okay, as a next step I'll give you a link for a Google form that will be your feedback for this week. So fill that by the end of the day and give that feedback so that I'll give it to the department. And next week, now I'll share some slides which are on the recovery process. So recovery is based on a checkpointing protocol. और वो चीज जो तुमने पहले पढ़ी हुई है, जब आपने कंसिस्टेंट स्टेट्स पढ़ी थी, जब क्लॉक्स वगैरह पढ़े थे कि कौन सी स्टेट कंसिस्टेंट है कौन सी इनकंसिस्टेंट है, उससे बहुत सिमिलर सा पार्ट है जो अब नेक्स्ट आने वाला है। तो आई अपलोड द स्लाइड्स ऑन गूगल क्लासरूम। प्लीज एक बार अच्छे से उन स्लाइड्स को, लिमिटेड से स्लाइड्स होंगी, एक बार अच्छे से पढ़ लेना। तब जब नेक्स्ट क्लास होगी उसमें फर्स्ट क्लास में व्हाट्सएप पे जो हम ऑलरेडी जानते हैं उतने पे ही बेस स्लाइड्स डालूंगी, उसके व्हाट्सएप पे डाउट्स पूछ लेना। फिर मैं आपको 2 तरह की चेक पॉइंटिंग प्रोटोकॉल्स की क्लास रूम पे बता दूंगी कि कैसे 2 तरह के प्रोटोकॉल्स होते हैं। सो नेक्स्ट वीक आई विल टेक द क्लासेस। After that, 1 week or so, Prakash sir will take. You have a topic left which is Byzantine failures, जिसका नाम कभी बीच में आया भी था random failures का, तो वो सर आपको वो वाला पार्ट करा देंगे। तो फिर देखते हैं कितना ये एक्सटेंड होता है। So we have one topic, small topic left, which is self-stabilizing. So I'll not doing that before waiting for till the last 3rd May because I wanted to do that on the board. But let's see, अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर we'll do on the Zoom itself. Okay. So I hope everybody is comfortable now with the way the classes are being taken. So please fill in your feedback by the evening, and then I'll upload the slides. So go through the slides, and then we'll meet on Tuesday for your doubts on the WhatsApp group. Okay. So that will be all for today. So I'll see you all now on Tuesday, and don't forget to upload the tutorial. Please see that you submit the answers to the questions before its due date. Okay. Okay, then we'll see you on Tuesday then.